Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this full moon to new moon next July 2020. I am your reader, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, Pisces moon, the archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but your dad just calls me Mal. Welcome back, my subscribers, my followers, my friends, my family. Finishing up the series as I always do with you. It's just when you thought your chance had passed, I went and saved the best for last. Cool. If you are new to my channel, please do consider liking this video, subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell as I slowed down a little bit for a couple of weeks. Did some miracle working, if you will. So gonna get back to putting out a bit more content per day. Hit that notification bell. You'll know when I'm doing stuff, and please feel free to comment in the comment section below. Cool. This is a general read. Please take what resonates, leave what does not. Check your other signs. I always try and keep the lunar oriented stuff because it's not a timeless read, right? It's usually it's always a 2-week period of time from full moon to new moon or new moon to full moon. I'm a Pisces moon, so I'm really tuned to the moon signs. It's just how I am. So I don't plan my entire life around them, but I do keep an eye on when the moon changes signs and phases and that kind of stuff. So this type of general reading, particularly for Pisces, could be helpful because we think we know what we need. This is a what do I need read, where sometimes when we're not getting what we want, it can exacerbate and become inflamed and feel like a need. So it's helpful to turn to a higher power, a pantheon, a divine source channel, what have you, to get you a little clarity on what you need for a particular day, right? Like choosing a card, that kind of thing, card of the day. But this is for a waning moon, and we're looking at the full moon in Capricorn. I'm doing this the day before the full moon. Sunday, July 5th, lunar eclipse, capping the other lunar eclipse that we had with the new moon in Gemini a few weeks ago. And it is the waning moon going to a new moon on Monday in Cancer. And I have a feeling the fires will dance through the night, and the whole thing was staged by a lonely satellite. Just saying, we'll see which one, right? The moon on Monday, which I think is really funny because you can't see the new moon at night because it's conjunct the sun. So it's out during the day. So whatever. I don't expect 80s pop sensations. I don't expect Simon Le Bon to understand astrology, darling. It's fine. So moving along, please focus on your breath, right? It'll keep you in the present moment. You can take what resonates, leave what does not. I will do the same so that the pantheons can speak through me, get you the guidance and grace that you need. Shall we? Only doing a 6-card draw. It's a lot of exposition for a 6-card draw, but new people need to know the tea. Cool. So let's do this. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to start with the Healing with the Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue. All the decks that I read are in the description box at the bottom. In the description box at the bottom. So let's do this. Here we go. Clear the slate. Still point. My angels and archangels, hi. Please, can we have one card in clarity for the Piscean collective? Sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, myself included. For this waning moon from full moon in Capricorn to new moon next in Cancer, what do we need? What is the healing angel that we need to call upon, that we need to remember? If it were just one word from the angels that we would remember to pray for, to ask for, because they are extending that healing to the Piscean collective. What is it that we need, my angels, this full moon to new moon next July 2020? We need an answered prayer. Now, everybody who's prayed needs an answered prayer, but there is a truth, a mystical truth, meaning it's a truth that it's really hard to prove in terms of physicality, right? Evidence, except anecdotal. Every prayer is heard and every prayer is answered. Because the divine is not a cosmic cash machine. You get what you need. Before you get what you want, sometimes what you want and what you need are the same thing. So you got to look at what you're praying for, right? My biggest prayer nowadays is I surrender my will to the divine. period. It's like, help me surrender my will. It's not that I'm a slave to the gods, etc. I'm a servant, but I know that everything that's happening in my life right now is for the betterment of the development of my soul, not necessarily the comfort and pleasure of my ego and personality. So it's sort of like, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz, right? It's like, what are you praying for? But know that a prayer that you made, you need to have it answered, and they're aware of it, which means it's already been answered, but it just maybe hasn't manifested in a way where you can recognize it yet. But we'll see what other cards hit the table, right? That's only one of 6. So that's from the angels. Let's ask the goddesses right now. When I say the goddesses, yes, there are 2 goddesses that sit in the throne of Pisces for me. One is Diana, and people will say she's Roman. Diana predates both Roman and Hellenic mythology and culture. She really is the overall divine mother. Like Pan is the great god, Diana is the great goddess, so to speak. Those 2 in that way. So that's who I'm talking about. But the other one, of course, is Circe, turning men to pigs since the Bronze Age, leaving it for her descendants to reverse the process. It's called dating, really. Path of true love, great fun. So let's ask the divine feminine, right? The half of the universal energy, the yin. If you don't want to go the route of the goddesses, it's all the same thing. Breathe. Because this is what you need to be aware of in your internal world, right? Or what your intuition is telling you, that more divine feminine, divine receptive stuff, the stuff behind your eyes, please. My goddesses, 1 card in clarity for the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, myself included. This full moon in Capricorn to new moon next in Cancer. What do we need? What do we need to be aware of? What do we need to be awake to within ourselves? What do we need to pay attention to within our yin world, or what's going on there that we need to know about this full moon to new moon next, July 2020? Strength. Which work. We have the strength. We have to be aware that if we are surviving it, we're healing, right? To survive certain things in this world is all that is asked of us. This isn't just about physical strength. I've never seen the strength card in the tarot as physical strength. This is about the strength of the soul emerging because the ego, the personality, can't anymore, right? It's when you do what? You go to prayer. Where you say, oh God, give me strength. And like, okay, well, your ego is going to have to unravel a little bit in order to let the strength of the soul, your true self, come through. And it's not that the ego is destroyed, it's dissolved and integrated, sort of like when you eat something, right? It's broken down, it's dissolved, it's integrated, that which works, and, you know, stuff is pooped out. I don't know if everything comes from the one, nothing gets pooped out, right? It all just gets fully integrated, right? So there's a strength here to know that you just have to. Here's the tricky part. We're empaths. Maybe not every Pisces is an empath. I can't imagine that, but maybe not, right? So our cell tissues can fill up with other people's vibration and emotion, right? And then we mistake it as our own, and then we blame this and we blame that. What blame does with an empath is even you can feel all the feelings, but then if you blame it, you electromagnetically refill the cells with those vibrations. So when you get, what I'm feeling is probably not my own, all I have to do is feel it to heal it, and I'll find the way of learning how to forgive this as I go, right? And maybe that's the prayer. Give me the strength to endure emotionally what I'm picking up and moving through me, what is moving through my cell tissues. Because think of yourself as a bridge, a chakric bridge, right? So all this energy coming into you from the outside world through the lower 3 chakras, you're processing them through the inner 4, right? The heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. But then they pop up into the 8th chakra and they are healed. So you're sort of like a transit tunnel from these lower vibrational energies to be alchemized from lead to gold. You're part of their ascension process. Stunning. That was really good. Just flew out my mouth. Wow. The guides are giving it up. The guides are using me. That is my prayer, though. It's like, use me. Use me. Use it. Take it. Get out of me. That's really great. This is really, I love this reading so far. We got a few more to go. Let's look at the gods now, right? The divine masculine, the counterpart to that, the other half of the energy. Breathe. My gods, please, one card in clarity for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, myself included, for this Capricorn full moon to new moon next in Cancer, July 2020. What do we need? What do we need to be aware of in the outside world? What do we need to be aware of in our own masculine energy? What's leaving us through air and fire? What we say, what we choose, what we do, our actions and all that. What do we need to be aware of, my gods, in our masculine energy, in our yang, this full moon to new moon next, July 2020. Cross your fingers. The Lovers. We got answered prayer, the Strength, and Lovers. You can't thwarp tarot. Thwarp. It doesn't work. I am so up for that and down for that. An answered prayer that involves strength and the Lovers. Okay. I'll take that. Plus, can I order that twice? Yeah. Now let's be clear. My guides are saying, the gods are saying, keep in mind, there's going to be a decision, right? The Lovers card is always about a decision. This isn't just a decision to sleep with somebody or not. This isn't just a decision. This is about love. This is about the head and the heart coming together in the throat, right? Because let's say, let's make this hypothetical, though everything's connected. You meet somebody, they meet you, it's there, but the head says, oh, you know, the last time, and the heart goes, and the throat's got to go, give me a drink. That's exactly what addictions are. According to Carolyn Mace, at least third chakra shit, right? So there's a decision, a life-changing decision. How do you do that, right? Do you choose the head over heart, the heart over head, or is there a way to feel what you're feeling and heal what you're healing, right? And pray your way through it and make the most, get this, most lovingly wise, empowered choice you can make. Heart, third eye, throat. Which is actually, believe it or not, Aphrodite, heart, Athena, third eye, and Hera, the queen, who makes the dictate. That's the Lovers. This is the judgment of Paris, by the way. That started the Trojan War. Be careful what gifts you bring to weddings. I'm just going to say wedding gifts. But who was going to invite discord to a wedding? Anyway, I guess you should have, or at least asked her if she wanted to go. Breathe. I don't know. Set her next to Harmonia. Oh, it was her wedding. Marriage of Cadmus and Harmonia. Yeah, no. Bad bridesmaid. Breathe. My mom raised me on classic mythology. The Ascended Masters. We're going to be looking at the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, the Voices of the Ascended Masters, this deck and next. 4 suits here. The problem, the luck, the healing, and the grace. So we're going to look at what is the problem that you need to address. What is the luck that you need to be aware of? Because sometimes you're not aware of how lucky you are. What is the healing that you need to embrace, or what is the grace that you need to allow in? Cool, cool. Nice deep breath. Let's do this. There you are. My Ascended Masters, hi, please. Just one card, Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, one card in clarity for the Piscean Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, myself included, it looks like, for this full moon in Capricorn to new moon next in Cancer, July 2020. What is the problem, the luck, the healing, or the grace that we need to be aware of, embrace, etc.? July 2020. Lack of self-worth. Now, this might not be yours. It may be. I mean, look, everybody has a lack of self-worth. I think, well, people could be offended by that. Let me rephrase what they're showing me. It's like, if you knew your true worth, you'd know you'd be a fully God-realized being, right? So let's be clear, like, whether you want to look at that through the yogic structure of it, right? You know, self-realization and God-realization, whether you want to see that through the process of ascending dimensions of consciousness, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, what is that? So like sleeping, dreaming, waking, ascendant, perpetual, Perpetual, I always forget the third eye one. Unity is the top one, at least within the physical body, right? Those levels of consciousness. If you were really aware of your true worth, your life would be radically different, and that's true for all of us. So though it may be in degree, but there is a problem here that we need to address, that there's somebody somewhere, yourself or someone else, or somebody else, right? Maybe you're picking up empathically here, that there is a lack of self-worth. Now, the beauty of this, and why I almost now always pair these two decks from the Ascended Masters, or at least their voices. As far as I know, they don't have a publishing company. A subsidiary of Hay House. Never mind. The Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. We're going to get you the Healing Mantra. That's why I pair them, because if a problem card does come up, at least the next card is a Healing Mantra to help that. Because it's the same pantheon, right? Breathe. Though I'm a Pisces moon, I'm still a Virgo sun. Make sure my systems are in place. Please, my Ascended Masters, I feel your smiles on me. Please, 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 one card in clarity. The perfect healing mantra. For the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, perhaps myself included, this full moon in Capricorn to new moon next in Cancer, July 2020. What is the healing mantra that we need? I mean, seriously, the angels are talking about answered prayer. So it's like, should we get put the champagne on ice? And then there's the card of strength. It's like, okay, well, it's going to take courage to do this. So maybe we just put it in the fridge for right now. And then there's the card of the lovers. It's like, well, are we going to pop this thing or not? And then that comes self-worth. You can understand a little bit like, maybe we should put it back in the box, right? So what is the perfect healing mantra? Yes, of course I related it to champagne. For this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, this full moon to new moon next, the perfect healing mantra for us is unraveling codependency. Hey kids, rock and roll, rock on, thrill my soul. Only I have to feel good about my choices, darling. Well, I love that you want to sit in the corner withering away, but only I have to feel good about my choices. Now, I've had a conversation with actually several people. It's like, well, if I use that mantra, I'm going to, like, burn down everybody around. Only I have to feel good about it. It's like, yeah, but you're not feeling good when you want to burn somebody down. Right? Pisces, unraveling codependency. Only I have to feel good about my choices. And we lean towards codependency because we're empathic. Here's how we do it. We feel somebody's emotion in our own cell tissue, and we assume that's how they feel about us, so we start people-pleasing. And then we become dependent on our choices. Well, if they're feeling that way, if I choose this, blah, blah, blah. And nobody was given the empathic handbook. Somebody should make an empathic handbook and update that bitch regularly. All right? Unraveling codependency. When codependency unravels, you are able to move freely in the direction of your heart's desire without needing permission from others. Praise the gods. Hallelujah. As codependency fades, you are able to honor the emotional reactions of others as crucial stages of their healing journey without taking responsibility for them. And that's the thing. We think it's how they feel about us. Even when we know, don't take anything personally. Thank you, Don Miguel Ruiz. No shade towards Don Miguel Ruiz and his really adorable son. But we do that. That's the curve. That's the learning curve. We're all learning that. That you do something, they explode. Really, if you're not coming from in other words, if you're feeling good about your choice and they explode, that's their part. That's their journey. That's their lesson. That's their transformation taking place. A crucial stage of their healing journey taking place that you're not responsible for. This mantra is ideal for healing family dynamics because we learned it from someone. Cultivating emotional freedom. And emotional freedom for Pisces, particularly, an empath particularly, doesn't mean that we're free from having emotions. It means that we are really free and safe to feel all of it, the entire spectrum, and that's Pisces, the fish that goes upstream as well as downstream. We can be comfortable in both, understanding that these emotions are not who we are, but we are free to feel all of them because they will pass through us, and reclaiming personal power. Rock on. Rock on, rock on, rock on. Look, with this Lover's card staring at me, right in the center of 5 with this 6th about to hit the table, big decision going on here. I only used 2 tarot decks here. One card each. They're both major arcana with answered prayer. The thing that's going on here is lack of self-worth, and you have to really check, am I feeling my lack of self? Like if you've been doing a lot of healing work on yourself, right? If you've been, walking the path, being the best that you can be and all of that, and you're picking up feelings of lack of self-worth, sure, go in and check with the inner child. Give that child the love that only you can give them, but also check around you. It's like, am I feeling somebody else's stuff? Because then you can still feel it, but with, in a sense, more unconditional love, I guess, depending on the person, right? To move that energy through them. You are healing them by moving that energy through your system, right? And they're still going to have to face their issues, but maybe with not all the emotional weight. Higher selves are all involved. Ready? God, you touch the deck, they start talking through you. Breathe. The higher selves of all involved, apparently my own included. Please, one card in clarity for the Piscean collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. This full moon in Capricorn. 2 new moon next in Cancer. What have you got for us, my beloved higher selves and the higher self collective of all involved? Considering the angels are saying there's an answered prayer is what we need, and good God, we know that, right? And the goddesses are saying that we need to tap into our strength, our fortitude in the internal world, even that divine feminine force within us that is unconditional love in and of itself, that kind of strength. Call upon a strength beyond this world. But the gods are saying the lovers are involved here. This very well could be a romantic thing where huge life-changing decision might be in place with these 3 cards together, but there's an element of lack of self-worth here, right? Someone, it just doesn't feel worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Oh, Mike Myers, we knew you well. Oh, he's still so cute. But unraveling codependency, being... only I have to feel good about my choices, being what the Ascended Masters are saying to heal that, which kind of says maybe we're picking up on somebody else's stuff, so nothing new, but a new scenario of it, higher selves. Please, what is the whisper of love that we need? The piece of insight that we need, the piece of inspiration we need from our higher selves. This full moon to new moon next. July 2020, they made me work for that. Ask for help. What is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. And it does make sense. You probably already have. And if you haven't, then you need an answered prayer. Have you surrendered this to a higher power? Or are you trying to do it yourself? Because I get, if the strength card is on the table here with this, you might be too, what do you call a bunch of lions? A pride. You might be too proud. Yeah, but your arm's too short to box with God, okay? So, especially with my pantheon, they can throw shit. I mean, really, I get it. There's an emotional fortitude here, and your heart and your head might very well be in conflict over this one, but your heart is like doing that, and your throat doesn't know what to do, and maybe part of that is a lack of self-worth issue, your own or someone else's. But remember, only you have to feel good about your choices, that the opportunity here, what you are doing in Waning Moon is unraveling codependency in some way, shape, or form in your life, and maybe that is the answer to your prayer. Maybe you are getting prepared and making a decision, maybe to stay, maybe to go, or maybe to allow something into your life that is happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, interdependent for the well-being of all. And the next series of readings that I'm doing are the Path of True Love reads. And I'm not going to do a card draw this time. I'm going to do a Celtic cross, an augmented Celtic cross, so that we look at the path of true love for each of the 12 signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign, and they're going to be a little bit longer. That's why I said, I'm going to up my game a little bit more. Maybe not as many, there'll still be 12 videos, but they'll be a bit longer and a bit more in depth. Yeah. So may the Piscean collective, myself included, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need this full moon to new moon next, Capricorn to Cancer, that we may be blessed with the strength that we need on the inside, that we may unravel codependency, understanding that only we have to feel good about our choices, and that any sense of lack of self-worth that need go on, that we can ask for help, particularly through to the divine, and get an answered prayer in some way, shape, or form within or without to help us through and make the most lovingly wise, empowered decisions that we can make this full moon to new moon next. July 2020. For the well-being of all, I say, so mote it be. And so it is. Thorpe. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and comment below, my Piscean family, my Mer family. Mer. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of it all this full moon to new moon next, my darlings. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.